Hello, long time no see. In the previous episode I built this town, and in today's episode I'm going to continue to work on this town. But you might notice something odd. The textures. Well, I've actually downloaded a texture pack called Vanilla Tweaks, and it's like a texture pack picker thingy. And it's really nice adding it slight variations, like the most obvious is the level counter being rainbow and my UI being dark and the elytra looking like phantom wings, but it also does other things and stuff, and it's really good. Another unfortunate thing that has happened is that a few days earlier, a weird bug that I have experienced before is that all the entities, whenever you try to exit a world like this, all the entities stop working, like the chests and even the bees. Nothing really works. And, yeah. Fortunately, I will be able to build things. I will be able to place blocks even when it's glitchy like that. But just keep in mind, if you see the saving world thing over here, then it means that the game, yes, doing that. And it's not... yeah, I don't know what to say. It's odd and it's weird and I don't like it, but it is what it is, and stuff. I have also prepared a lot. So I've collected a lot of yellow terracotta. Most of these things were just from the chests, most of this, all of this. Well, this was mostly harvested actually. This was traded from, and this was just harvested over there. So I will start by finishing up this building. And so I did. So I started work on some of the walls, then I covered the ground with cobblestone for some reason. Then I finished up the walls and added in those weird stone things, and then I finally added in the roof. And there we go. So now there we go. So now the roof of this building is now completely finished. And do you know what feeling I got from looking at this complete interior? It sort of reminds me of like an old-timey factory. Old-timey. I don't know the year, but an old-timey brick factory, except it's not made of brick, but that's not important because the shape and everything reminds me of that. Also, I don't think I will actually give many of these buildings an interior. I might give this one, or one of I will probably give one of these an interior, or I might set up a temporary automated farm, like a sugarcane or a pumpkin and melon farm or something, or I might turn it into a permanent pumpkin and melon farm, because, well, there's not really any point to having big empty buildings if they're not disguises for big farms. So now I think I want to work on a original building instead of just finishing one of the old ones. So I think I might want to work on either this one, maybe this one, or maybe that one. I think I want to work on this one. So I will need sandstone, which I have thankfully collected. I thankfully collected lots of sandstone in off camera. Here's a clip of that now. The bottom of the beige building will be made out of green terracotta. and the rest of the building will be made out of sandstone. So what I'm going to do first is that I will replace all of the sandstone with green terracotta. So all of this is supposed to be green terracotta, but because I don't have time to get any more, I will just use moss, because I don't have time. There we go. So now the first floor, or second, is now finished, and you can truly see what I meant by it being simpler and having a bit of a sheet, because it still looks really good, and it actually might actually look better than maybe what this will look like or what this will look like. And it's also a lot cheaper in the form of trapdoors. Not that I need to spare on the trapdoors, but trapdoors are still pretty annoying to place, because you have to it takes by far the most time. So this system cuts down on that time, and it's just good, and it still looks good and stuff. I have made 3 layers now, and I'm thinking that the final layer will be smaller, just like all the other buildings, so at least it has some type of consistency. So I started to work on the 4th floor, thinking that it was going to be the final one. Then I realized I should probably have a 5th floor. So I finished up the 4th one, started to work on the 5th one, and then I added in the roof. And there we go. So now I have finished this building. Ouch. I have finished this building, and now I just need to... Bam! And now it's completely finished. At least the exterior. The interior is, well, it only has 3 walls and a roof. You can't really even call it an interior, because it's just completely empty. It doesn't even shield you from the elements, if there were any, except like rain, which just disappears when it contacts the floor. Or the ground, I guess, because, yeah. So now it is time for this one, and this one will be a bit more boring. So I started the construction of the so-called boring building by moving the layout 1 block to the back, but then I realized that was stupid, so I moved it back to its original position, and then I just added all the things you have come to expect. I added the walls, windows, those weird trapdoor thingies, and then I just added the roof. And there we go, another building finished. Now this building is a lot more boring than the other one, but also this one can be looked at from this angle and this angle and possibly this angle, because this might also be a cobblestone road or path or whatever. Well, this one can only really be looked at over here, so it doesn't really matter if it's a bit more bland and boring, but it is finished. And if you enter, now it's one complete structure. Except there's no wall over here, and this is moss. But I'll replace the moss, and that's not important. So now I only have 2 more buildings left. 2 buildings and 1 wall. Yes, that's what I need to do. So let's just start by mapping out that. This needs to be like that. There. And then it can just go over here, and yeah. But I actually want to work on a diagonal one first. So I started the construction of the diagonal building, and man, I just hated this project. Everything was going wrong, nothing was going my way. First, I didn't place the sandstone on the first floor, so I needed to remove the terracotta and place the sandstone. Then I forgot to place the border, so that was just a massive waste of time. And then I mixed up the measurements on the 5th floor, so I need to remove a bunch of stuff and redo everything on the 5th floor. And yeah, eventually I figured everything out, but still, it took way more time than it needed to. There we go. Now, this building is complete. Now I just need to finish that building, this building, and that building. So I started the construction of this part of the yellow building, but then I realized I had no mangrove wood, so I rushed down to the mangrove forest to collect some. And now is actually a good time to mention why I'm doing all of these voiceovers, and it's because I am really late into the recording of the gameplay, and I'm not making any sense. I'm really tired in the actual recording, so I'm making these voiceovers so there's actually some sort of understanding of what's actually going on. There we go. So now, this building is now complete. That was weird. This building is now completely completed. It's 100% finished. It's complete. It's done. I don't need to think about making anything more about with this building. It's done. It's finished. It's over. There we go. So now this part of the rest of this building will be covered up by this building over here, the orange one. So I won't really need to make it that, I won't really need to make more than this. And the reason why it looks so ugly here is because there wasn't enough room to add more windows. There we go. So now this town is finally finished. I just need to light up some of the roofs on these buildings, and then it will be finished. All the buildings in this town, all of them are finished, except the interiors and the interior walls. But it's finally finished. Oh wait, I need to add some cobblestone, some of the last cobblestone bits. Let's just do that, and then I can finally log off. So, you know what? This feels like a good place to end off today's episode. I have finished the town. I made all of the houses, buildings complete. I finished this one. No, I started and finished this one, and this one. I finished this one, that one, and that one. I finished the road. Ooh, ooh, that. Okay, you go. There we go. I finished that one. I finished everything. I made the road. I made everything. So, if you enjoyed this video, you know the drill, comment, like, and all that stuff. And I will probably not upload another video until I have figured out what the problem is and fixed it, or if I just really, really want to make another video. Anyways, goodbye.